Today on Ignition, how to improve your website for SEO and why it's not all about keywords anymore. Hi, and welcome to Ignition. I'm Ellis Friedman.
And I'm Ramon Ray. Ignition is a weekly show where we discuss topics to help you grow your business. So Ellis, what are we going to discuss today on this week's Ignition show?
Well, today we're going to talk about SEO, and you can actually check out our SEO ebook in our resource center. But for today, we have Cyrus Shepard, who's the Director of Audience Development at Moz.
Awesome. And Cyrus, thanks for being here today.
Thank you. This is exciting.
So, Cyrus, why is SEO so important? So in a world where we're taught to just tweet, post on Facebook, put a bunch of crap up, do we really still have to deal with SEO?
Yeah, think about who's listening to those messages when you tweet and Facebook and on all that stuff.
And blog. And
all that's important.
Okay.
When we think about traditional forms of marketing, we're thinking about saying what we want to say. We're telling people buy what we want to buy, listen to our message. SEO reverses that process. And it starts with someone searching at their computer, on their phone. They are looking for something. So SEO means figuring out what people are looking for and putting yourself in front of them at the exact moment that they are searching for it. So instead of saying, buy what I want you to buy, it's like listening to the customer and figuring out what they want to buy and having exactly that at the exact right moment.
So you have to be a little bit psychic.
A little bit psychic, yes. But fortunately, we have a lot of tools and data to reverse engineer that to figure out exactly what they are looking for and position ourselves so we can step right in front of them right when they're ready to buy.
And what are some of those tools, if you don't mind? Just curious, what are some of the tools and things?
Well, it depends on the situation. So let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
Just start at what is the...
Very good place to start.
Yeah, what is the customer looking for? And they're not always looking for a product, or sometimes they're just looking for research or whatever. So there are different tools that you can use to dive in and figure out what that is. Google's AdWord Keyword Planner is a good one. It's the most authoritative. Bing has something similar. And Bing has like 10% of the market share, so it's not, you don't want to ignore that. And there's a lot of third-party tools, like Keyword Tool.io is one that I like to use.
Okay. And then what about keywords? I know keywords has been talked about a lot.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about keywords, but I think many people may not understand it, don't know how they're used. Can you give us some light into the importance of keywords related to SEO?
Yeah, so at its very basic, a keyword is simply what are people typing into the search engine?
Okay.
What are people looking for in Google? And there's usually patterns to this because people perform the same type of searches over and over and over again, and they perform them within themes. Instead of optimizing your website for exactly what you want to sell, you want to make sure it's optimized for what people are looking for. And so incorporating those keywords and those themes. And we try not to think of keywords specifically so strictly anymore because Google and search engines are very good at figuring out the themes around the keywords. So
keywords are kind of old school. Keywords by themselves, one word is old.
Right. Okay. So now we're talking about topics. So if someone is searching for red shoes, we understand that it's not specifically red shoes. It could be red footwear, burgundy footwear, men's shoes that are red. It's a whole range of keywords that people might be looking for.
Well, it's not just specific keywords now, right? It's even just like the long tail, like people typing in a sentence.
Yeah.
Where can I find a blah, blah, blah?
Exactly.
Right?
But keywords give you your starting point that you can build content around.
Awesome.
So you can match that user intent that people are looking for.
So is it so you said it's like creating what people are looking for, not what you want to put out there, but is it also about creating what the right people are looking for?
Exactly. And it's matching, it's the right people, and it's matching the user intent to what you're selling, and aligning those two things together.
It sounds hard.
It does. It sounds very hard and complicated and scary.
But it's not at all. It's not at all. It's not at all. Once you know what people are looking for, you can look at your own website and just simply say, does this match up?
And speaking about websites.
Yeah.
I have a website. Ellis has a website. The billions of people watching the show have a website.
Yep.
Give us a very short overview of how we can retool or repurpose, or how the websites you build then to take advantage of SEO, keywords or phrases, I think it is now. How do we rebuild our websites?
Okay. So you have your keywords.
Yep.
You know what your customers are looking for. You build your website around that. You want to make sure that search engines can crawl and index your website.
How How do you do that?
Well, there are a couple of great tools out there that will allow that. Google Search Console used to be called Google Webmaster Tools. That's a free tool that Google puts out that will crawl your website and tell you any errors that it finds. Bing also has something like that. My company, Moz, also builds a little more comprehensive tool. It's a paid solution. That will crawl.
Moz.com?
Yes, moz.com.
Okay.
Thank you very much. It will crawl your website, and we inform you of errors and things that we find and suggestions that you can do to make your website a little more Google friendly.
All right.
Yeah.
And what about this aspect, Cyrus, of human-devised signals? We mentioned that as we were preparing for the show. I had no clue what it was, but I know my mind, and I think Elsa's mind was like blown away when we heard you talking about it. Was your mind blown away?
Yes, but I just like you, thinking about what's in my mind.
Got it.
It's
Yes,
really
I
kind of
know
scary.
it's- Yes. So Cyrus, human-devised signals. What are they?
Human-based signals are really interesting. In the past, when people think about SEO, they think about tricks. Some people are turned off by SEO because it seems like you're manipulating your website. The new types of signals that search engines are getting really smart about are looking at how your users are interacting with your website. So the very first thing that you can take advantage of is having the user pick you in search results. So think about this. The user types in a search, they have 10 results. Google is trying to figure out how good those 10 results are. So if you can get the user to pick your result, maybe it's number 4, maybe it's number 5, that's a good signal to Google that your website should maybe deserve to be ranked higher. So when you get in the search, the more clicks you get, not only are you getting more traffic, but you're increasing your chances of moving up higher in search results.
So it's like a popularity contest.
It is like a popularity contest, and there's a lot of things you can do to your search results to make it more attractive in that sea of search results. So that's the title of your website that appears on the page, the URL, keywords in the URL, the description. There are ways that you can manipulate these things to entice the user to get that click.
So it is a little manipulative.
It's manipulative, but it's only manipulative in the sense that you're giving the user what they want.
Okay.
And that is a good thing for everybody. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Ends justify the means. It's fine.
Yeah. Hopefully you're satisfying the user. But here's the deal. The next step is after you get that click, this is where it's not manipulative, because you need to make sure it's called task completion. And this is when search engines and Google are looking at, they pick that search result, and then they come to your website. Now, are they going back to Google to look for another result? Because if they are, you might have tricked them into clicking, but you didn't satisfy the user.
Look at that.
So once you earn the click, you need to make sure they stay on and they can do the thing that they're trying to do. So if they're looking for buy red shoes, you want to make sure that they can buy red shoes on your website and successfully, and not go back to Google and look for something else and choose one of your competitors.
Awesome. Cyrus, thank you so much for being here. This was the best time I've ever had talking about SEO.
That's awesome. I can't believe time's over already. We could talk about this all day long.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
And don't forget to check out our resource center for our SEO ebook.
Thanks for watching the Ignition Show, and we can't wait to see you on the next show.
Love Ignition? Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And don't forget to check out our resources section.
That's a space needle.
Cool.
Yeah. Sort of.
A needle of space.
I mean, the top looks like a needle.
That is true. Or a corner of the cob.